Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here, weatherweb.net. It is Tuesday evening, the 23rd of July. I did mention earlier that I'd give you a quick update on things during the course of this evening. And this is the forecast of the North Atlantic Oscillation for the next few days. And really what it does, it shows us that we're now entering into a period of more unsettled conditions. I don't think washout, but certainly more unsettled than it has been. This is the NAO forecast for the next 14 days, and it's the blue line we're interested in there. You see that it kind of bounces around in the neutral area, so showing us that the westerly wind across the Atlantic, or the usual westerly flow, is going to be in place. Of course, that means cooler conditions, but it will take some time to reach all areas. This is the ensemble forecast for London, and you notice here, look, the maximum temperatures kind of try to rise again during this weekend before they fall off into next week. And actually, by the time we're getting into that early part of August, into the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th of August, it actually becomes noticeably cooler, around 20 or 21 degrees, but still temperatures are around where you'd expect for the time of year. The amount of green down the bottom here hinting that although there's no huge totals of rain, certainly there will be some rain or some showers around. So gone will be those lazy, crazy days of summer that we seem to see for 3 or so weeks, and in comes a more normal westerly flow. But I'm talking about normal as normal British summers should be, not that washout that we had last year and the year before. So further ahead then, how are we looking for the next 4 weeks? Well, this is the CFS forecast, and this has been pretty good actually over the last few months in gauging when things were going to change. This is the forecast for week 1, so this runs through from the 23rd of July through to the 29th of July, so from today through to the 29th. And what it shows us here is the above normal heights north of Scotland, but this trough area here, the cold pool that's off towards the west of the British Isles, it's that destabilisation from the west which is leading to the breakdown. So it's starting with a pretty good initial condition. Week 2 from the CFS looks like this. Got the trough here, look, through the UK, got a ridge across eastern parts of Europe. So our heat wave is now over towards Eastern Europe, where it's been very, very cold and very wet. It's their turn now to enjoy these fine conditions. But we're in a trough now. That actually looks to be quite an unsettled pattern, and I wouldn't be surprised, if this week from the 30th to the 5th, somewhere in there, we probably do go into, again, I don't want to call it wet with a capital W, I want to call it a damp to wet week. Certainly more rain than we've seen recently, and it could be fairly windy too. So indications of cooler, more unsettled conditions coming through, with periods of rain at times, particularly I think affecting northern and western areas. Into week 3, and our cold pool, our trough that was over the top of us, has warmed through. So we've got a near normal height pattern across us. Got a ridge out in the Atlantic, so we're probably going to be doing something of that order in the shape of the jet stream. So basically what we're going to see is high pressure centred out here in the Atlantic. I think we will still have slack areas, low pressure across the UK, high pressure off towards the east, but that really indicative of an improvement probably though later in that week. And I've always said, haven't I, about this date of the 10th of August. Incidentally, remember me telling you about the date of the 21st of July? Plus or minus 2 days either side of that being the date of the change. Well, I hate to blow my own trumpet, but I'll leave the rest to you. And then as we get on to week 4, running up from the 13th of August till the 19th of August, again, near normal heights. We've got this sort of low the normal heights up towards the north, high the normal down towards the south. I think what this does is it's going to build the ridge across the Atlantic here, bring the jet down something like this, and then we get this stronger ridge forming across the east. So what we could find is high pressure developing off towards the east, and more of an east or southeasterly flow coming back into the country under that area of high pressure. It probably means this dry weather coming in during the middle of August, which is what I've been telling you about for some time now. So that dry weather tending to come in, but I think on an east or southeasterly, it could actually become very warm for a time once again. But I've got to say, I don't think that's going to be lasting long, because I think what will eventually happen is that these heights will build back northwards, so we'll get this sort of pattern taking place in the jet stream. The trough comes back in, we find a ridge out towards the west, and with the trough back in towards the end of the month, conditions probably becoming much cooler. And incidentally, by then, this sort of shape to the jet stream hooks up any hurricanes which are coming across here, pulls them further northwards up the eastern coast of the States than they'd usually be, and does kind of provide them with some sort of racetrack across the Atlantic to try and head towards the British Isles. So something we need to watch out for the end of August, beginning of September. And with hurricane season probably not kicking off till around the 17th or 18th of August proper, give it 2 weeks for them to get across the Atlantic. Beginning of September looks as if it could go very unsettled, but of course we'll keep you updated on that. For now, thanks for watching. Don't forget that the site's all kept free of charge by the adverts you see around the screen here. By you coming back and using the site and using the adverts and using the charts, that's what generates the revenue that keeps us free of charge. So thank you for doing that. I hope that was useful information for you, and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.